They were getting ready to attack Israel.
Strike and 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 strike
celestial dragon. I hear the sound of Marijoa. I hear the sound of celestial dragons.
I hear a sound of victory. The Lord says it is done.
Emu says it will be done.
How can one son for be so leaving?
I hear the sound of victory. I hear the
drums
sound
of liberation. I hear the sounds of drums of liberation.
I hear
The drums of liberation.
Strike and strike and strike and strike and strike and strike and
Dean's
strike
life.
and strike 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 and strike
And strike and strike and strike and strike and strike.
Angels have even dispatched from
Seraphim
Africa right now.
coming African right now. Coming from Elbaf right now.
Africa right now. They're coming here.
They're coming here. They're coming here to Marijoa.
South America.
In the
They're
name of
coming here.
Emu.
They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here.
They're coming here.
From Africa,
They're coming
from
here.
South America. Angelic horses.
They were getting ready to attack Israel.
They were getting ready to attack Marijoa.
Strike and 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 strike
And strike and strike and strike and strike and strike and strike and strike and strike. We pulling out the notepad today, then you pulling out the whiteboard. Hey, song request. We need a song request.
Victory, victory, victory.
What about
Right now.
song request before we start? Big
They
JR
stole
writer.
some Sumerian technology that allowed them to predict outcomes, and that technology stopped working in 2012.
Queen
We're gonna get into that
Quandis.
tomorrow. I find it to be
We're pulling out the
fascinating. I wonder if they
whiteboard.
saw Charlie Kirk.
All Blackbeard fans, avoid the channel. All Blackbeard fans,
Black King,
you will
Black
get
bishops,
cooked.
Black players, people of the chocolate persuasion.
Blackbeard ain't
Black
the final
bishops,
boss.
Black
No way.
players, people of the chocolate persuasion. Black King.
I want to see
Black
all
bishops,
Blackbeard
Black
fans
players,
stand
people
up.
of the chocolate persuasion.
Let
Black
me
King,
hear
Black bishops,
all the
Black
Blackbeard
players,
fans.
people of the chocolate persuasion.
I want to hear what y'all got to
The Dark
say.
Ages was a time when black people ruled Europe.
I
when you
want to
go into
hear
the real
what
history,
what
you'll
the
see
Black
King James was
That's King James.
Beard fans
That's
have to say. All the Blackbeard fans.
right there.
black.
That's
He was not a
King
white guy.
Blackbeard right there. That's
You'll see
King Peach
his
right there.
whole lineage of kings.
Black King, Black bishops, Black players,
People of the
chocolate
Jade
persuasion. Black
persuasion.
King, Black bishops, Black players,
People of the Jade
chocolate
persuasion.
Black King, Black
People of the
bishops,
smoky persuasion.
Black players, people of the chocolate persuasion.
Hold on, we need
Black bishops,
something that's
Black
really
players,
gonna hit,
people
man.
of the chocolate persuasion.
Who was a homosexual himself, who was in love with his sister Lucretia, who they made the image of Lucretia to be Mary. And that became
Lucretia.
the Renaissance era. Lucretia.
Chad,
Hold on, you telling me Lucretia?
did you know that
That's a
Mary
black
was
name?
actually LaQuisha? They whitewashed Mary, dude. Hold on, we got a song request from the one and only Wong Woki. All Blackbeard stands, avoid the channel, avoid me, because what I'm about to do to all Blackbeard stands is going to be a crime. All Blackbeard stands, you better watch out. Hit that like button, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. You're going to hit that like button. You are listening to 333.fm. You're listening to 333.fm. Hit the like button, subscribe, and movie bell.
Mormon space wives. Let's create new lives. Mormon space wives.
Charlos has a body. It's a very toned body. Sing Charlos.
Mormon space wives. Mormon space wives.
Blackbeard fans, avoid the stream, avoid the channel. You guys will be cooked and fried this week, boys. All Blackbeard fans, it is not safe. Underwear tight. King J, the magic underwear is feeding real tight. Underwear. Smokey, that magic underwear is looking right. It's looking mighty right.
Mormon space wives.
You're listening to 333 FM.
Lords of color.
Lord and Charlos.
Let me have intimacy with you.
On the planet of Emu.
Magic underwear, it's
So tight.
magic underwear.
We're listening to our Big Knot FM. Sirius XM. Channel Boogie Wild.
Mormon space wives.
Let's create new Nakama. All Blackbeard fans, you're getting roasted. You're getting grilled alive. This channel has proven without a shadow of a doubt that Narona Inu will be the final villain, the final boss of One Piece. A rather obvious thing. It is over for all Blackbeard fans. It is game over. You have lost. We have won, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's having a fantastic, beautiful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Chat, we are here today to do what? We are here to review the long summary spoilers and talk about what Emu has done to our great protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy. Luffy has been annihilated. Luffy has been wrecked. It is over for Monkey D. Luffy. It is a wrap. It is game over. And the simple fact that Emu is the one leading this reckoning against Luffy goes to show that Emu is far higher than people like Luffy. Whereas Marshall D. Teach, aka Blackbeard, needs Conqueror's Haki plus 4 men to struggle against Law. The sooner we can get into these spoilers, the sooner we could complete these spoilers, the faster we could talk about Emu, we could talk some theories, we can talk about Blackbeard, we can celebrate. Shout out to King J for writing a beautiful paper. It's on our Discord server, !Discord. A beautiful paper as to why Blackbeard being the final boss as a proposition makes no sense. And what actually makes sense, what's actually a more coherent theory, is that Emu is the final boss, and we will get to that discussion later. I'll be happy to address all of your guys' critiques, all of your guys' questions. We are here to decimate falsity and defend the truth. And the truth is a person named Jesus Christ, the second person of the Godhead, the triune God of Orthodox Christianity. But that's neither here nor there when it comes to these spoilers, chat. Let's jump right in. After you guys smash the like button, chat, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, do all that YouTube stuff, chat. I would greatly appreciate it. You all are awesome, beautiful, amazing people. I know you guys are generous people. You guys are not stingy. You guys are willing to help grow the channel, help support your boy by just literally clicking one button. Just hit the like button. It ain't even hard, dude. Hitting that notification bell. YouTube will see all these people, all these supporters hitting the noti bell, and they'll be like, you know what? Everyone wants to hit the noti bell. We got to promote this channel. You're going to hit the noti bell. You're going to comment in the chat. You're going to say what's up. You're going to say hello. But let's begin chapter 1188, Void. This chapter starts with Emu remembering Joy Boy. We can see the bottom part of Joy Boy's face while he is laughing, which looks a lot like Luffy. And Emu says, that's right. Joy Boy is already dead. Wow. Wow. You know, part of me wishes we could just see the full face of Joy Boy, but as you know, we've all been saying for quite some time now, if we see Joy Boy's full face, the end of One Piece is nigh. And let's be honest, chat, no one wants One Piece to end. If we see Joy Boy's face, chat, One Piece is over, dude. It's about to it's over, man. So deep down inside, we all don't actually want to see Joy Boy's face. We actually don't want One Piece to end. Like, we want One Piece to end. We don't want to be 40, 50 years old still freaking reading One Piece. But, like, we don't want it to end. Just knowing that there's more content, there's future content on the way, it keeps me going, chat. This is my lifeline. This is my blood transfusion. Imu attacks Luffy, but Luffy dodges it by moving his head, LOL. But funny enough, Imu's hand follows Luffy's head and smacks him so hard that he crashes into the ground. Luffy is very angry. Luffy is really angry and tries to punch Imu, but he dodges it effortlessly. Luffy is outmatched and outclassed against Imu in this chapter. Imu uses Omen firebombs to attack Luffy, and Luffy is running in a funny Looney Tunes way. Luffy says, "Who is that chasing me? That's a demon, LOL." Luffy uses Gomu Gomu Jet Gatling. Luffy transforms into Gomu Gomu no Demon God, I think. The text is unclear, but he looks like a genie and says, "Don't think I did not see you fighting Loki," and that he knows his moves. Luffy says his death won't be in vain, LMAO, and Loki is screaming, "I'm alive, you idiot." Luffy waves at Loki and says, "Whoa, you're alive, Loki?" Imu uses Omen Fire to attack Loki, and Ragnar is shaking while standing in the way. Wagner W. I want to see some Wagners in the chat. Why did Oda have to create such a gorgeous, amazing freaking character? Who would have thought the best One Piece character would be a squirrel? Wagner supremacy. Me, King J, and that one dude on Discord, that one Loki fan on Discord, we have been defending Wagner from day one. And yet we still have to deal with haters. We still have to deal with haters like Young Smokey. We still have to deal with haters like Vincent. Vincent, are you not a Wagner hater? Despite Wagner taking back-to-back W's. Loki tells Ragnar to move out of the way, and Jinbei uses Kyojin Karate to deflect Inu's attack and help Ragnar and Loki. Jinbei and Luffy talk a bit. Luffy is so proud of Jinbei, and Loki is saying, "What a show-off." And Ragnar is super impressed with Jinbei. Brook says that no one is supposed to be above the Holy Knights and that it should be the 5 elders, but it must be the captain of the Holy Knights. Brook doesn't know that Imu is the king of the world. And Brook says the world government is a mysterious organization. The ice has melted enough and Shuri is free. They are pulling her out. Imu thinks that Gunko could not break the ice, calling out Gunko, Princess Shuri, and that Afro guy is quite surprising. And Imu seems concerned about Gunko. Luffy uses an attack called Gomu Gomu Opening Bullet, and Imu uses fire and marks Luffy's beard in the genie form, asking, "Were you watching what happened to that giant Loki?" Luffy transforms back into his normal person form, and his beard disappears. So does the fire, and Luffy runs away from the chasing fire. Imu takes out a sword from the eye-like thingy on his back. He calls it the Void Sword. The forest is completely withered. We can see it. And Luffy's acting all stupid, not serious at all. Imu, in disgust, tells Luffy, "I know you are not Joy Boy." And if you were Joy Boy, you wouldn't be this weak. Emu quickly reaches where Luffy is by sort of teleporting. And I think by replacing the fire was when it held Luffy. And Luffy gets stabbed just like with Crocodile. And that is going to be the full summary spoilers. As we can see here, I can't put the raws on the stream. If I put raws on screen, we are definitely going to get hit with a copyright strike. But you guys can go to my Discord server. We have a channel called Spoiler and Raws, and you guys can get the raws there. We are watching Emu clap Luffy. Emu is like 4 times taller than Luffy. He's holding a sword out forwards, and Luffy's just hanging on the sword stabbed. This is Emu supremacy. This is Emu season. This is Emu season, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Do all the YouTube stuff for me, chat. We are now going to have a quick discussion on the proposition, the idea, the theory that Blackbeard is the final boss. Now, in this argument, first of all, it's not looking good. Anyone who thinks that Blackbeard is the final boss is in deep trouble, because if we take a look at this chapter, it don't really look like that's going to be the case here. But let's type let's write Blackbeard. We got Blackbeard is the final boss. Okay. This is a take that you guys have heard many times, that we've squashed many times, that King J actually has addressed in his paper. You guys really need to read St. King J's paper on why Blackbeard is the final villain is nonsense. He has it posted on my Discord server. Go to the general chat or go to the spoilers chat. It's pinned there. But I want to offer a perspective for you guys to consider when it comes to One Piece theories, when it comes to power scaling, when it comes to offering a belief. Now, chat, normally when people have beliefs, right? Well, I believe this is true. I believe that is true. Chat, typically we argue off of the traditional JTB model. Now, the JTB model is essentially justified true belief. We would say that I have knowledge of something, I know something, because I have a justification. I believe the claim that I'm saying, and the claim that I'm saying is true. So regarding knowledge, there are 3 conditions that must be met. Justification, you need to have reasons for your belief. You need to have reasons for your claims. You need to then have the claim be true. The truth condition needs to be fulfilled. And finally, again, you need to believe. Like, you need to actually believe what it is that you claim to know. Now, let's talk about specifically the domain of justification when it comes to Blackbeard is the final boss. Now, typically, what you guys will see when people argue, Blackbeard's the final boss, dude, it's not Emu. Typically, what people do is they use a string of theories. Blackbeard's going to get stronger. Technically, that's a theory. It might be a great theory. Maybe that theory has a 99% chance of happening. But wait a second, that's still a theory. You're talking about the future. Oh, well, Blackbeard's going to get a 3rd devil fruit. That's a theory. It's going to be a Zoan. That's another theory. And then he's going to suck up Emu. That's another theory. Take control of the government. Another theory. People need multiple theories stacked on top of each other. But what we need to address is the justification of this take Blackbeard is the final boss. I would pose to people, I would ask someone, when you say Blackbeard is the final boss, you know that to be true, or you believe that's highly likely. What percentage is the threshold? Are you like 90% sure, so therefore you know Blackbeard is the final boss? What is the threshold? And I can offer up, let's say someone believes the threshold is 90%. Because of their justification for Blackbeard as the final boss, they believe their justifications or the truth of the proposition reaches this threshold of 90%. It's not like they're gambling and Blackbeard as the final boss has a 1% chance. They would say it's at least 90% likely, hence why they know that Blackbeard is the final boss. But let me introduce you guys to something known as the product cumulative decay. Now, in basic formal logic, when you're analyzing a proposition, right? Like our proposition right here is Blackbeard is the final boss. When you analyze this proposition, you first need to recognize that this proposition is a non-basic belief. What this means is that this proposition, this belief, depends on other beliefs. That's why it's non-basic. This is a non-basic belief. It depends on other beliefs. Now, if this was a basic belief, this proposition would be something very simple, self-evident. It cannot be broken down any further. But no, this is not like that. This does need to be broken down. People need to say Blackbeard's going to suck up Emu, Blackbeard's going to kill Emu, Blackbeard's going to get a third fruit, Blackbeard's going to get better at Conqueror's Haki, a whole string of beliefs. So this is a non-basic belief, okay? Now, when we want to deduce the probability of this non-basic belief, right, of Blackbeard as the final boss, what you need to do is get the propositions, the beliefs leading to this final proposition of Blackbeard as the final boss, and multiply them together, okay? So usually people will say, oh, well, first of all, Blackbeard's going to become stronger. We'll call that theory 1. Blackbeard's going to also get a third devil fruit, theory 2. Blackbeard is going to make sure it's a mythical Zoan, theory 3. And also you need to know that Blackbeard's going to get better at Conqueror's Haki, theory 4. And then he's going to suck up Emu, theory 5. Not only does he suck up Emu, he ends up killing Emu, right? Theory 6. This is going to be the problem, the product of the cumulative product decay, right? Remember, chat, our threshold of something being true is 90% in this hypothetical scenario. If we want to find the probability of this final proposition, we need to multiply the probability of theory 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And chances are, guys, the product will not equal 90%. Theory 1, maybe it has a 75% chance of happening. Theory 2, maybe it's an 85% chance of happening. Theory 3, maybe it's a 65% chance of happening. Let's be generous. Theory 4, that's a 90% chance. Let's be generous again. Theory 5, oh, that's a 95% chance of happening. And then theory 6, let's say it's a 75% chance of happening. What we need to do is we need to multiply these numbers together, okay? We multiply these numbers together, and this percentage will be the likelihood of this proposition right here. You see this proposition, the final proposition, Blackbeard's the final boss. The probability of that will be this box right here. Now, chat, remember, our threshold is this, 90%. We're going to say, well, something's going to happen, something's true, something is constituted as knowledge when it reaches the threshold of 90%. But let's take a look at this, chat. Let's take a look at this. If we do 0.75, right, times 0.85 times 0.65 times 0.90 times 0.95 times 0.75, you know what we end up at, chat? You could do the math yourself. It ends up as a 26% chance. This 26% chance, Blackbeard is the final boss, having a 26% chance does not meet this threshold of 90%. And this is the problem of cumulative decay, because the proposition, the belief that Blackbeard is the final boss requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 theories, and you multiply all 6 theories together, you only get 0.26. You only get 26%. So this shows that when you stack multiple probabilities on top of each other, the probability that all of them are true is going to be less than your threshold. So I have just demonstrated to you, chat, a devastating blow to the belief that Blackbeard is the final boss. This is a devastating blow, and I want to see if anyone has a legitimate response against this. I don't think anyone will. I don't think anyone will have a sufficient response to rescue the Blackbeard is the final boss position, because they know deep down inside it relies on several theories. On the other hand, Emu is the final boss, relies on way less theories, and rather relies on empirical facts, things that are just brute force. They're just brute facts, depending on how you look at the world. It's just true. It's just evidently true. It doesn't rely on theories. So even if we did this method for Emu as the final boss as a proposition, even if we did this method for that Emu position, maybe it won't reach 90%. Yeah, maybe it won't. But I guarantee you it will be higher than 26%. So what does that mean? That would mean that the proposition of Emu being the final boss is more likely than Blackbeard is the final boss. And I guarantee you it's by a huge possibility. It's a huge chance. Okay? So that's going to be my argument. You guys can screenshot this, clip this moment of the stream. I want to see if anyone has a legitimate answer and not change the topic, because you know what? I'll be honest, chat. Let me be honest for a second. When we have conversations about One Piece and people are getting obliterated, people are getting clapped in their opinions, people are getting teabagged, people are getting mollywopped in their opinions, they love to change the topic. I'm not going to let anyone change the topic. I want someone to address this attack. I want a legitimate defense, a legitimate rescue, because this is a devastating problem to Blackbeard as the final boss. This is a devastating problem, yet the proponents of Blackbeard as the final boss, they don't want to respond to this. I've actually been making this argument for quite some time, but, finally now I'm articulating it in a more fleshed out form. But I've been making this argument for months. I want the people who believe Blackbeard is the final boss to address this argument, address this critique. I don't want to hear about what you want from the story. Oh, I would love if Blackbeard is the final boss. Nobody cares what you want. Like, I'm not even trying to be rude, but no one cares. Oh, it would be so cool if Blackbeard was the final boss. No one cares what you think is cool. That's not an argument. You think Oda cares what you like? You think Oda cares what you want? That has nothing to do with anything. Oda doesn't even know you exist. Second of all, you're arguing from subjectivity. To you, it's cool. To you, it makes sense. That's subjective. That's not an argument. So, yeah, I would love to see someone have a legitimate response against this. Stop changing the subject. Oh, he's going to awaken his god fruit. You, first of all, need the theory that he has a god fruit. I want you to realize that final probability is going to be minuscule. And look how generous I was. Look at within the list of theories down there. One of them I gave a 90%. I gave a 95. I gave it 85. I was generous. And it still ended up as a final possibility of 26%. You know why? Because it relies on hella probabilities. Blackbeard for final villain is very strong in the fandom because of how overwhelming Emu is, not despite that. Okay, I want you to respond to this argument. Not my argument. It's a pirate manga. It will end with a pirate fight. Emu wasn't set up from an early point in the series. Blackbeard was, though. Blackbeard versus Luffy is more anticipated than Luffy versus Emu. Blackbeard versus Luffy being more anticipated than Luffy versus Emu is subjective. That is a subjective claim. Second of all, address this argument, please. I guarantee you, at least for some time, people are not going to address this either because, like, I'm not that smart, really. I'm just a normal dude, right? I'm not a genius. I'm not a professor. I'm just a normal guy. I think people are not going to address this either because they got a gooner brain. So it's like two brain cells fighting amongst themselves, or they realize that this is devastating. I'm going to hold people to the fire. Respond to this argument. This is one of the stronger arguments you can make against the position. I think their argument is each of those probabilities is one side effect of agenda piece. Well, that doesn't really change anything. Blackbeard comes in when Emu is at 1 HP. He pulls a reverse Garling at God Valley. Is that like another theory? Is that theory 7 here? I gave up on Blackbeard final villain, but my biggest reason was that Zebek threatened Emu by saying I will be back. Yo, Guna Fluba, what's up, man? Evil is 50% because it could only be Emu or Blackbeard. Genius. You know, I never thought of it like that. Guys, should we do open mic? Yes or no? Should we do open mic? And if we do open mic, should we make it a dono goal? Because I don't know. I don't know if you guys like the open mics. Do you guys enjoy the open mics? Or do you guys want me to just yap for a whole 2 hours? It seems like the majority of the streams we do open mics. I'm so generous. The majority of the streams is open mic. The past year, at least like a year and a half minimum, open mic, open. You guys let me know, chat. Chat, I'm still trying to prepare for a family, prepare for a kid, chat. Of course I like the open mics. Let's split the baby, make everyone happy, and say Blackbeard is the final villain for the One Piece, but when it comes to the main story, we all know who it is. Okay, you know what? That might actually be a great idea. Blackbeard is the final villain in terms of claiming the One Piece, but Emu is the final villain in terms of liberating the One Piece world. Is that fair enough? You know, if Luffy fought Blackbeard and defeated Blackbeard, the world's not liberated. But if Luffy defeats Emu, the world is liberated. Bro, Evil, please yap about Christianity and Jews. What do you want to know about? What do you want to know about? Sorry, I came late. You already reacted to 1188. No, we just started. LOL, I'm generous. I also make them happen, buddy. You are generous. Smokey, you are generous. I never said you weren't. We could take a break from open mics if you want. That's up to you. No. I'm not necessarily against open mics. I'm asking the chat, do you guys want the open mics? Do you guys enjoy listening to Wong Woki and Winston and Jabril? Do you guys enjoy hearing the callers? Open mics are good. Vincent always got good takes, and Smokey always brings a fun energy. Yeah, that's true. Vincent always has like a good take, like an interesting thing. Vincent will be like, bro, did you notice like earlier in the chapter, Emu actually was gooning? And I'm like, what? Emu was God, bro. I didn't notice that. Then I have to go flip back. What page? Wait, I don't see it. Vincent, where is it? I'm flipping through the pages of the chapter. Vincent, where's Emu gooning? Oh, there it is. Vincent, how did you notice that, bro? This is a recurring theme. And strike, and strike, and strike, and strike, and strike, and strike. I hear the sound of victory. Yo, L. Chat, can we give a round of applause for L? L has been growing as a man L has been fighting his obstacles. He's been fighting the passions. He's been fighting his addictions. Can we just give a round of applause to L? I'm genuinely so proud of this man. L, we love you. We're proud of you, man. I'm still undecided. Hashtag no agenda. Dude, is using your brain an agenda? Deans, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not even I'm not attacking you, okay? But like, because someone was like mentioning certain things in One Piece Our Agendas on Discord earlier this morning. Not you, Dean's Life, but someone was mentioning like, oh, there's just an agenda. It's gotten to a point where like, if I go and I say, yo, Vincent, yo, Jordan, Luffy's the protagonist. Someone out there is gonna be like, oh, bro, you got an agenda. You got an agenda. This is your agenda. People have completely lost the plot. It's like using your brain is an agenda to people. Stating like prevalent, obvious inferences in One Piece is an agenda to people. Yo, Zoro's a swordsman. Bro, what's with the agenda, man? You got your agenda. It's like so annoying. I think, I don't know if like people are just like rage baiting, or if people just can't read, or if people just don't even know what an agenda means. Like they want to be cool, they want to fit in. That's an agenda. They want to like fit in. So they start using the popular words, they use the slang in like certain communities because they want to fit in. So then they call everything an agenda. Saying Emu is probably the final boss, or Emu is most likely to be the final boss, or colloquially, as I would say, Emu's the final boss. That's like barely an agenda, dude. That's like us reading Wano, and I'm like, bro, Kaido's the main villain of Wano. Kaido's the big boss of Wano. Like, yeah, it's not concrete fact. We don't have the future set in stone. The future doesn't exist. Yeah, we understand that. But from a colloquial perspective, I mean, what are the other choices? Young Smokey with the 50 bomb. Let's go. It's a beautiful day for One Piece, man. Michelangelo, God bless you, bro. Who is that? Is that like Mike Guy or Rockley? I love how you are never talking about the chapter, but just agenda. Well, I'm always interacting with the chat. Whatever you guys say, whatever you guys are talking about, your arguments, your critiques, whatever, I'm always responding to the chat. That's always been my top priority. And maybe sometimes I'll talk about what I want to talk about because, I mean, at the end of the day, this is my channel. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. And if people want to leave, then I guess people will leave. If they want to stay, then they'll stay. But I want to express myself. It would be kind of pointless if we had like a YouTube channel and we couldn't even say what we thought and what we desired. I want to express myself, but yeah, the majority of the time I'm responding to the chat. I tried to send it on Stream Elements, but for some reason it wouldn't work. Ah, man. It gotta be them Celestials. It really gotta be them Celestials again. Wait, I'm not gonna put your name, but I think it went through, Smokey. Oh, Young Smokey with the 100 bomb. Chat, I want a Wookie. I want a freaking one Wookie in the chat. If I see someone typing and they're not saying one Wookie, I'm gonna spank them. I want a one Wookie in the chat, $100 donation, and he turned around 50. That boy dropped 150. God bless your soul. Maybe I will be able to have a family. Maybe I will have lunch tomorrow. Maybe I can afford the freaking train. I could afford a car ride. I could afford oxygen. Maybe I can pay for AC. Everything has to cost an arm and a leg. You want to get a meal? You want to get a lunch? Nah, it's $16, $17. Bro, what? I can finally take care of myself. God bless you. Thank you so much, Smokey. You're the man, the myth, the legend. My beautiful Indian, my beautiful call center boy. Thank you so much, King. You are I salute you. I salute you. By that logic, keep open mics if you enjoy making them. Hey, you might have a point, Luis. Pakes, God bless, bro. Thank you, Young Smokey. The future isn't set. Plot twist can happen, like how Green Bull pulled up. No, I'm totally here for that. Maybe I've expressed Emu Final Boss in a way that people would misunderstand. Of course, the future is not set in stone. The future is not the present. Future doesn't exist. So Emu being final boss, story ending with Emu, that is not concrete. I understand as much. If we're talking about a battle for theories, what I'm saying is that Emu being final boss makes far more sense. So I will colloquially say Emu final boss. Emu's the final boss because it's a much easier way of saying, well, it hasn't happened yet. That point hasn't reached yet, but I really think because of all my reasons that Emu's the final boss and it's not Blackbeard. And if you compare the two theories, Emu has more of a higher chance. That's a long drawn out expression. So I colloquially say, no, Emu's the final boss, bro. I don't mean that concretely, of course. And I'm not even saying that Blackbeard fans necessarily mean it concretely. Like if a Blackbeard stan says, oh, Blackbeard's the final boss, they don't have to necessarily mean it's set in stone. We're just battling theory for theory. We're battling comprehension for comprehension. Interpretation versus interpretation. And I think one is obviously way more coherent. But anyways, chat, should we begin the open mic? Should I do the open mic on Discord? Let's do OP 1188 spoilers. All right, chat, go to my Discord, !Discord. We do now have a channel. It's called, what is it called actually? It's called Live Stream Open Calls. It's a stage. So everyone go to the Discord server, !Discord. If you want to talk to me live on YouTube right here, right now, chat. Right here, right now. Let's get our boy Vincent. We need some new callers, man. I want to hear some new voicemails. Yo, what's up, bro?
Don't tell me you're tired of my voice already.
Bro, I've been tired.
Yeah, well, I've been tired of you blazing Ragnar, so we're even.
Bro, but Ragnar is him, man.
I would argue Jinbei is him. Did you see how effortlessly he launched that attack?
I am always here for a Jinbei upscale. I am always here for Jinbei gas. I am one of the biggest Jinbei fans. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I really do love Jinbei.
So do I. He won me over when he said, I'm not scared of a mere Yonko. I'm joining the King of the Pirates.
Yeah. Oh. Bro, it's like, you know when you read moments like that, you just like stand up and you just like, yeah. Like you just get, bro, you get jolted with fire. You clap.
You do the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. You clap.
Bro, you get like hyped. You get so amped. Or it's kind of like almost, maybe this isn't as good as what you just said, but in Wano where Nami was fighting Ulti and she's like, nah, Luffy's going to be the king of the pirates. Like that's like, yeah, hell yeah. We are here for it.
Every single Straw Hat has said Luffy will be king of the pirates at some point in the school.
Everyone. Wait, so there's no Straw Hats that haven't said it.
Has Chopper said it?
Yes.
When did Chopper say that Luffy would be the king?
Wait. I gotta think about that. You might have stumped me. I might be lying.
Dude, I remember hearing like a while back that I think there was like one character that hadn't said it yet. But that was such a long time ago.
I know for sure Sanji and Zoro had said it. I know that for sure.
When did Zoro say it?
Nami said it.
Usopp has said it repeatedly.
Sanji has said it. Usopp has said it. Brook has said it.
When did Zoro say
Frankie
it?
said it. When he was talking to Mihawk and asking him to train him, but he's also said it multiple.
Wait a second. King J with the 8-month. Thank you so much, bro. He said final villain is Blackbeard and Emu's son after Doc Q makes Blackbeard a female. Dude,
Hey man, Emu's a gooner. That might be his type.
dude.
Well, I mean, we've all seen the raw. We all see the Raws here. We all see him penetrate Luffy.
We see him who? He did what? He pen
But
freed?
he's in the Zabek pose, but we don't see a tentacle, Vincent. That's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Man, dude, I saw a panel. It was basically the bottom half. It was a fake panel. The bottom half of Joy Boy's face, but you could see like curly hair coming down towards the teeth, like from the forehead. And it was basically 1-to-1 with Luffy, and you could also see the scar. But it was fake. Someone used AI to make it look like someone took a picture of the Raws. Like, you know how the Raws, it looks like someone used a cell phone. Like, someone used AI to create a picture like that. So it looked like an actual Raw. And it looks so cool, but fake.
You know what's really crazy? Is I remember a time when there used to be theories about Luffy going back in time and that he was actually Joy Boy.
People hate that. People hate
I
the
would
time
hate that.
travel.
I mean, I would definitely hate that. I'd also hate it if he went back in time and he turned out to be Emu. Like, go back in time and see different realities where he's either Joy Boy or Emu.
Wait, Luffy is Emu? That might be the most brain rot thing I've ever heard.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That'd be a stupid theory out there because if everyone keeps talking about how Joy Boy and Emu were like one and the same for the longest time, so they have to be like two separate people now. It finally starting to make sense.
What?
Wait. I got an insane
Go-
take.
go ahead.
Luffy is
Go ahead.
Blackbeard. Think about it.
That would be
It makes a lot of sense, right?
That means Blackbeard can't ever be the final villain because he's the main character story.
Exactly. Why would the main character fight himself? Blackbeard is actually the, like, you know how people with like alternate personalities, they like,
that a lot.
I think it got better. You know how like people with alternate personalities, they might act like very good in one personality and really evil in another. When we see Blackbeard, it's actually Luffy's alternate personality.
Ooh, that would be some funny, crazy shit. I'll say that much. I wouldn't like it, but it'd be crazy.
I wouldn't like it, but it'd be crazy. Yo, RJ what's up? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Forgive me.
Yo, remind me, Dreagle, before we're, when we are, hide the weed, y'all. The cops is here. Anyways, remind me here in a little bit. There's something I want to talk about. In the VC, because me and Jay have been coming up with something.
Dude, there's a guy in chat named I Ate Your Chair, and his profile picture is a chair. The hell?
Man, y'all got some
chair
fruit.
The chair
Y'all got
fruit?
some creative names. I've been seeing somebody in the Wano bot lobby. It's like Eddie's Pizza or something.
Eddie's Pizza?
Yeah.
Wait, like my pizza or like?
I don't know. He might be named Eddie too. Maybe he likes pizza, but I still thought it was funny. Damn it.
What were you gonna say though?
Your pizza.
Hell no, man. Bro, I can't wait to have pizza again. This Sunday, we're breaking fast. We're finally going back to meat and cheese and eggs and milk and butter. Oh, I can't wait.
How
how many days have you been fasting for?
I don't know, man. I think it's been like a month. It's a fast from meat, so it's not like zero food. We only like strict fast, like the black fast, no food, no water, on days where we have liturgy. But outside of days of
Correct me if
liturgy,
I'm wrong.
what's up?
When you give something up for Lent or Passover, don't they do that for 30 days too?
Yeah, I'm in the Oriental Orthodox Church. That's actually the longest fast. Was it 40 days? It's almost
30.
It's almost 2 months of no fish at all, right? It's just straight vegan, no milk, no zero animal products, meaning or fish as well. So it's just veggies and tofu. Are you there? Oh, here we go. Discord. All right. What did you last hear?
Didn't tell you.
But
if you were cutting out, it wasn't for long. Like if we couldn't hear you, it was very quick when you came back.
Okay, I was
Best
just
thing we heard
saying.
you was about it.
I was just saying that the fast for Lent is for almost 2 months. No eggs or no animal products and no fish. So only veggies and like tofu. That's the longest one.
So you had to eat like soy bacon and shit.
I didn't even bother with like any kind of like knockoff bacon. It was literally just tofu and fish, or not fish. That's for other fasts. It was just tofu and veggies. I mean, it's very limited, but I think it's really rewarding. You know, it's really rewarding. I'm able to focus on God better. I think that I have more mental clarity. This also the symbolism behind it.
I mean, plus it's good for discipline, you know?
Yeah, actually, because you know, I won't get too deep onto this, but you know, throughout life, you know, we're going to enjoy this sensory good. There's going to be things that attract us, things that we enjoy through the senses, but ultimately what we should strive for is love and desire of the intelligible good, things that are not perceived by the senses. Because at least in our faith, in our worldview, when we die, right, we don't have a body anymore. So we need to be accustomed to desiring the intelligible good, things that are not enjoyed and perceived by the senses. So like if we're super if we got a big thing for food, right? Well, in our view, there is no material in the afterlife, so there won't be food. So if you try to live in the afterlife, go to heaven, you're in the presence of God, and there's no material objects, because heaven's immaterial in our view, then you can't have food. And like the things in heaven, in our view, infinitely better than food anyways. But I say all this to say that, of course, we're going to enjoy sensory good on earth, but I think there's certain limits you got to have, at least in our perspective.
Right. So I got what me and King Jay were talking about pulled up.
Yeah.
15 points. They're real quick, but I got 15 points. All right. So me and King Jay, we've been working off the theory that Emu is the progenitor of the devil fruits, right? So we've noticed some similarities in the way that he moves, some of his attacks, and some of the things that he's doing. So in Emu's intro, he made the houses jump. He made them dance. He had his own.
He made
little
a house
song.
jump, like a club. He made it jump.
Yeah, dancing. You know, kind of like Luffy did on Egghead.
Kind of like Big Mom did.
Big Mom did with all the homies.
I beat you,
Right.
Vincent. I beat you.
Right. That's what I was getting to.
I beat
got
Vincent by
15
1
points.
second.
Remember, I got 15.2. Okay, he can summon guns and swords like Baby 5. He can pull things from a book like Charlotte Montgomery,
Who?
book guy. Charlotte, remember
The
The
book
dude
guy.
with the white face and the long nose.
remember he put
He was by
Nami
the
and Luffy in
cells.
the book in the cage? Yeah, he put him in the cells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mihawk's wet. Okay, I think King J just put this in here because he wanted me to talk about Mihawk, even though, I would say Mr. One for this, but since it's Mihawk and I'm barking off his list, let's go. He said Mihawk's weapons and moveset. He chased Luffy in Gear 4 Culvery, basically like this last chapter, you know, when he caught up to Luffy and knocked him down and kind of looked rubbery. He can gigantify himself like someone wolf to match Luffy's height. He can use black fire, arrow abilities like Gunko, grow wings and fly, kind of like what's her name? Beeble's mom, Stussy.
Stussy.
He uses explosives. King J is saying like Buggy. I would say more like Mr. One with his explosive boogers.
That's Mr.
He
Five.
just only-
Supposed to
or
be-
Mr. Five.
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Five,
because
yeah.
he kind of like flings things, right? Didn't he fling something at Loki?
Yeah, he flinged
Like a
he
booger.
flinged the
That's
black
true.
Maki- He flinged the black Maki flame at Loki, and then those flames were alive, and they were like, "Where's the weak spot?"
He
And
flinged
they
a
found
Maki
Loki's
booger. Can we just call it a Maki booger?
But he's not picking
I just-
those. But
I just called them the Sputter because they remind me of the things from Fire Force.
oh, I remember those. Man, Fire Force, man, good show back in the day.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I guess this also part relates to the connection between Fire Force and One Piece there, right? Because didn't you guys have like a theory about that with the whole Domi Reversi thing?
What?
Yes, the reverse
That's-
world.
Yeah. Not trying to get you off topic, was just bringing that.
No, I came to the conclusion. I had 15 points, but some of these I'm gonna have to get in Daddy refine a little bit.
Wait,
But-
so the reverse world, was that like the theory that there's like a world where everyone's the opposite of who they are? Is that what it was?
Similar to that.
Yeah.
Because I only
Yeah.
vaguely remember talking about that.
But
Could be the
anyway,
origin of my. Sorry.
but anyways, everything I was just saying is that me and King J are coming around on the idea that Emu has like almost all the devil fruit powers, man, because we believe he's the progenitor.
So it's like how I said
That'd be
before
pretty
with him
cool,
being
actually.
like Apocalypse, with him constantly absorbing and becoming other devil fruit
Well-
throughout history.
Wait. Time
Yeah, I
out.
remember that.
Time out. Does he not have the powers of Nika? Is Nika the only exception?
No, he kind of did something Nika-ish. That's why I was telling you. When he chased Luffy down in this chapter, he hit him with something that was like a Gear 4 Culvery.
So
For me, it kind of
is,
reminded me of Warrior's shadow manipulation with Boars.
is Emu's fruit
I mean,
just
these are
better?
even more devil fruits that we could say potentially.
Is
See what I'm
Emu's
saying?
fruit
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I know.
is Emu's fruit better than a Nika fruit then?
I think the Nika fruit, like obviously we just saw Luffy get one tap. I think the Nika fruit has not another gear, but a more refined, a more efficient way for something to do that. That would put it even within it.
What if it's literally like the fact that both devil fruits are just parallel opposite of each other? Like we saw Luffy do like a Daifuku finisher here with the genie mode, and then we see like Emu do all of this gum jet pistol shit and other attacks based off of other One Piece characters. So maybe both devil fruits are capable of mimicking other abilities that they've seen.
Right. They could be opposite, but have some similarities.
What's up, Willa Dreams?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is something more precise, or what I'm asking is more precise. If Emu has the powers of the Nika fruit plus more, isn't it safe to say that emu's fruit's better? Because why would their fruits be even, or even Nika fruit be better if emu's fruit has the Nika powers plus more?
I don't want to disagree. What I want to say is, let me see the context of the emu and Joy Boy fight. If Joy Boy was overpowering him and he had to resort to dirty means, I'm going to say Joy Boy was stronger, but he still lost. So I'm going to go with the Nika fruit there. You get what I'm saying?
I see where you're coming from, but I'm looking at the properties of the fruit exactly. Like if emu's fruit, if the devil's fruit has everything Nika has, and then every other fruit, I don't see why the Nika fruit would be better or equal. If again the emu's fruit has everything the Nika fruit does, the only way I could see that working is if emu's fruit does not have everything the Nika fruit does. Like there's something about the Nika fruit that's extremely OP, but emu doesn't have that. But if we're saying no, emu has everything the Nika fruit does, well, I don't see how the Nika fruit could be even or better than emu's fruit.
No, you're absolutely right here. So when it comes to that, I'm going to say this could be human error on my part and King Jay's part of seeing the way emu chased down Luffy right here as being something that was his when it could be something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that there could be a way where emu is the progenitor of devil fruits, but the Nika fruit is an exception.
Okay.
Like there's probably a way where you see all these powers. You guys named a bunch of characters doing certain things throughout the series through their unique devil fruits. There's probably a way where all those fruits ultimately climb up towards emu's fruit, but then emu's fruit was not, or Nika's fruit was not made through emu. It could be like imagine like two starting points. These starting points are equal to each other, but they're independent. Like there's two first, but maybe they both come from one, or maybe they both just exist on their own. I don't know how like an example.
Like two branches of a family tree.
Imagine two different. Imagine two different family trees
of the same family tree.
No. Well, maybe you guys can take that up. You can believe that, but what I'm trying to describe is two different family trees. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So maybe like the reason why there's all these people, all these fruits that emu has powers of is because there's like maybe 99% of fruits come from emus, but that's one family tree. Like 99% of devil fruits come from one family tree, but then there's a second family tree, like a different family that is maybe only Nika, or maybe Nika plus the four gods. You see what I'm saying? So like in a way, emu's fruit could be the progenitor. Like 99% of fruits come from emu, but emu's fruit being a starting point could be like Luffy's fruit being a starting point. They're independent, so they don't need something else. They don't need each other, but they're two individual starting points, and there's fruits that come from them. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yes. And also, if emu does technically go back all the way to the first world, then maybe he was the first devil fruit eater ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to that too. I'm open to that.
It could be like an Adam and Eve situation, but with like Adam turning completely evil, well, because he ate the devil fruit.
Oh yeah, maybe emu's like Adam. It would be like this might sound weird, but imagine you and we just popped into existence, and then you had children, and then your children had children, and those children had children, and maybe me, I didn't have kids, so I would be like the Nika fruit. I didn't need you. Me and you were independent. We don't need each other, but you gave birth to a bunch of children, grandchildren, great grandchildren. So you'd be like Emu's fruit. Like he's the progenitor of like 99% of fruits. But his fruit came at the same time as a Nika fruit. But they're independent of each other. Like imagine like two sons, but you ignored the presence of the father.
Right. So like with Cain and Abel.
Yeah. Cain killed Abel.
Good example.
That would be a fair example. Cain killed Abel. Did Abel have kids? I don't think Abel had kids, but I'm using like these familial terms, like I'm talking about family trees and whatever, not because I think the fruits are literally families, but I'm trying to give an analogy for what I mean, because I think you guys are onto
they
something.
Could be.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say they could be, because we know in the second world, but the demons are spread out by the forest gods, so maybe this is a literal family tree situation. Here.
I mean, yeah, it could be. Sure. I'm using familiar terms just so you can see, like, I don't know if this like maybe like the ontological perspective, like the idea of being, like the state of being of these fruits. Like they're separate from each other, they're independent of each other, but Emu's fruit created like 99% of fruits today. But then, you know, I would kind of wonder, like, okay, well, if Emu's fruit and Luffy's fruit, they're like side by side, not above and below, but they're side by side. Well, where do those fruits come from? Maybe Joy Boy died and it naturally became a Nika fruit. And then Emu made the
Joy
Nika
Boy
fruit.
died, he became the tree.
Maybe he became the tree, and then Emu's fruit spawned through a different way. Maybe Emu used black magic and that created his fruit. Then he used his fruit or his being to make more fruits. So then you have what you guys were describing. You have this idea that Emu is the progenitor of fruits. There's like all these fruits that give you powers that Emu already has, but then simultaneously the Nika fruit doesn't come from it. So that's why I gave like an analogy of two different family trees.
Yep. No, I understand completely where you're coming from. No, I got you.
I do think that's really interesting, though. I mean, I think you guys have heard as well, over the course of the past 10 years, people have wondered, like, okay, is Blackbeard going to have all the fruit powers? Is Emu going to have all the fruit powers? You guys have probably heard that before. I think that would be cool. That would make for a very interesting fight. Because, I mean,
yeah,
Luffy...
devil fruits are amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the Conqueror's hockey. I like the hockey aspect of One Piece, which is, hey, I know, because some people don't like the way Oda portrays science. But I like the hockey aspect of One Piece. But to be honest, the devil fruit aspect of One Piece is what made me a fan.
I think devil fruits make One Piece.
I might like devil fruits more than hockey.
Devil fruits make One Piece, in my opinion. But I want to say, though, you know, Luffy and his Nika fruit, you know, more specifically Gear 5, he has access to unmitigated, unlimited, boundless imagination. So Oda's going to have Luffy do all types of things. Like this chapter, we see him act as a genie. But wouldn't it be rather fitting? Maybe it's not true just because it's fitting, but wouldn't it be fitting that Emu's ability has like, or his fruit has like a million abilities, like he could do anything? Like, you see?
Yeah,
like,
no, that'd be very fitting. I agree.
So they both have like this almost unlimited landscape of combat ability.
Right.
And this is what makes me think that this would be more of a battle of Luffy's creativity versus Emu's experience. Because Luffy has experienced some of these things firsthand, but he doesn't know the full density of power. But Emu has full understanding of each ability that he is using.
But, you know, maybe I really, really like that. But maybe also Emu's kind of like stuck in his ways. And we'll get like a moment of like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Emu's so old. He's such a boomer. He's like Emu's
And
such
that's
a
another
boomer.
thing
He
I wanna
can't
bring up,
do.
too.
He can't think about new things. He's too locked in. He's too like legalistic, you know. But
He's a
Luffy's
boomer?
like he's a boomer. But then Luffy's like, nah, bro. Like you could do anything. Like you could be whatever you want to be. Anything is possible. And then that plays into what Vincent just described.
And that's another thing I wanted to talk about with Emu going shriveled on. It's like, not sure if this is a popular guess, but what if what we're seeing now with Emu is like his hybrid form, and he's still hiding his true self?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I think maybe King J offered that perspective, but yeah, that's very cool. Maybe he did. I might be imagining it.
King J, yeah, he was definitely saying that, but not for reasons Smokey's gonna agree with.
Oh, was it the whole
So Vince,
gender swapping?
Something about Mihawk,
no,
probably.
no. I don't want this to be Loki's hybrid form because that
Wait, you mean
gassed
Emu?
up Loki more, which
I mean,
Emu's hybrid form. Because yeah, bro. No. I don't want this to be Emu's hybrid. I'll just leave it there for my own self.
I understand the sentiment.
Yo, what's up, Stretch?
I
God
want-
bless, bro. Sorry, Vincent. God bless you, Stretch. F off. What's up? Christ is King, bro. God bless you. And Lucas, God bless. Continue, Vincent.
Wait.
What?
I said
never mind,
convincent. Continue, Vincent.
Contingent.
Continue.
Continue.
I'm sorry. Did I kill your riled? Or riled?
You're
What?
good.
I can't speak English. Did I kill your? Did I kill your flow?
Man, we made
No.
fun of Elle for not being able to read, but we might need to send people back to English class also.
I failed language arts, dude.
Anyway, what I was just going to say was just the whole thing with maybe if we saw Emu, like he was in his silhouette form, then he grew into this massive form. So maybe there's like an in between where he's like still partially like hidden something about himself. That's all I was getting to. Like maybe he's actually just like this really old person, and that he's just like really just at the point where he's really ancient. Just kind of like how Luffy looked at Egghead when Bonnie aged him up.
Man,
What if it's the
no.
opposite? What if he was a 12-year-old child with a big head that fits that big ass crown on it?
Bro,
He's just a child Emperor Stuart
You know-
E. Griffin.
the one thing
There you
though is like Emu having those horns out and the long hair and the tail, dude, it kind of gives the hybrid vibe. You know?
I mean, it definitely does. I'll give you that much. It definitely does give the hybrid vibe. But then again, BP got some personal reasons for not wanting to like this.
Well, I mean, I also want, it also takes me back to the prison in the beast inmates from Impelled Down, like how they were Zoan types that can no longer revert back to being human. What if this is like that with Emu?
He's
He no
permanently
longer can
hybrid.
revert back to his
What?
normal self.
Weren't the guards, though, in Impelled Down not just a Zoan fruit, but they were like smile Zoan fruits?
I think that could have been the case. So maybe that was foreshadowing that Emu's devil fruit is actually an artificial one compared to Nika's, which is why it can do the same things it can.
Well, technology back in the earlier worlds is supposedly better than this one. So if Vegapunk can create the that axolotl food, or if Caesar can create that big slimy, then who's to say Emu didn't have access to technology for him?
I also wondered this part too. Like, I know if you eat the devil fruit, you gain its power, but what happens if you consume it in different ways? Like, what if you turn it into a juice? Would you get the same properties, or would there be a different effect?
A devil fruit smoothie? Personally, if I was in that One Piece world, knowing a little bit of what I know now, I'm not putting. I mean, that would be a smart thing to do and try to put it in a smoothie because apparently the devil fruits taste horrible. Every time we see somebody eat the fruit, they're like, "Yuck."
We could blend the devil fruit, put it in an IV bag, and then hook up like 10 needles to the IV bag, and then 10 people could get the fruit.
Exactly. You could like dilute its power to like have a multi-purpose.
King J said, "Hear me out. Emu is Joy Boy's shadow who ate a Zoan fruit. That's why he can't go out in the sun. This also explains why the government wanted Dofi to kill Moria, and also why Blackbeard wanted Moria." Wait, so Joy Boy couldn't go in the sun either?
That's an interesting point.
But what that means, Joy Boy couldn't go in the sun either, which I mean, that can't be false. I mean, like, what could we use in the story right now to say, no. If you look at this panel right here, it proves Joy Boy could go in the sun. Well, actually, wait, there's a. Wait,
I guess
hold on.
when he's talking to Emus, they're out in the sun because they're
Yeah.
outside,
Yeah.
standing on a hill.
Maybe after. I mean, also,
Animation, it looked like it was more of a sunset, but that could have just been the way it was lit.
it's lit.
So
Don't try. What's up, Jeffa Hunter or Jaffa Hunter? Don't try this with the Zoan fruit, or else your blender is going to get turned to an animal. That's exactly what I was thinking, actually. If you blended a fruit, wouldn't the blender turn into the Zoan?
I mean, it's
So
nice
maybe-
to cut it up, but you need to they're not transformed. Shouldn't appliances just all be non-affected unless they're trying to infuse it? Like, how else would they get the art weapons like swords and cannons to actually
They chop the
eat them?
fruit.
Like,
King J
So
said,
instead of Ragnar, we get Windner.
when you're
King J said, Elbaf parallels Thriller Bark. Luffy fought his shadow in both Thriller Bark and Elbaf, Oars and Emu. Yeah, I mean the evil Nika and Elbaf. That's what you're talking about, right? What's up, Jordan?
Hey, bring back Nightmare Luffy. Let's go.
Loki, you're
yeah,
sitting here
that's
again?
what I'm hoping that we see in. That's what I'm hoping we see in this arc too. Like, I'm not saying that would be year 6, but I'm saying like that'd be one of the forms that we'd see during year 5.
Yeah, so as far as Luffy, clearly Luffy has to power up, right? So part of it is understanding the fruit, knowing why he keeps getting called Joy Boy. But another year, I really don't think Oda will do one more year. How do you take it up to the Toon Force? And I'm not
I don't
saying
think he will do another.
I'm just thinking about how could he power up Luffy? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe by taking away that handicap that he turns into a California raisin every time he powers down.
I mean, yeah, that would be a good start.
I'm sorry, I was petting my dog. He was quite distracting. Actually, let's put the dog on stream. Floki, say hello to stream. Guys, say hi to Floki. Say hi to Floki. Look at him. Look at this big boy. Floki, say hello. Floki. Floki, say hi.
Puppy dogs.
Chad, does he look big? See a big dog? He is quite big. Was he 12, 13 kg? He's like 13 kg. He's a fat boy.
Oh, no.
Come here.
Oh, no. Brevel is losing his Americanism everywhere. Talking kgs instead of pounds. Here we go.
God.
Here we go with the transformation. He's not even not using the metric system.
Smokey, thank you for the 50 pounds.
None of that.
Floki's anything but shy. He'll freaking bark and bite at anyone. He asserts his dominance more than any dog I've ever seen. Don't you?
By the way,
Your dogs are the same.
while we're here,
Your dogs are the same?
I heard.
Yeah, they're kind of the same.
I heard you say Lucas is in the chat, right?
Big
Three
Lucas.
A while ago.
Big
I
Lucas.
think you should go over your Blackbeard takedown again.
Bro, I don't have the energy.
I know, but it's something. The names that I want to see from the Discords that support Blackbeard aren't in here, and it makes me sad.
What someone needs to
You
do,
got like 40 minutes before you have to go to bed.
hey, someone should go earlier, go to the earlier part of this stream and just clip that explanation, let's call it the cumulative product decay critique of the Blackbeard position. Call it that, I think, because I think you can name YouTube clips. Just clip that from this stream with that name, and then it could be a YouTube link. You don't even need to save the video or screen record. You clip through YouTube. Click. I freaking can't speak English. Click the clip button, and then you can share it on Discord.
I don't mean to laugh.
Something tells me, just like L, we gotta get Threeville back hooked on phonics, man. We gotta take him back to the old school.
Get down.
We should.
Floki's the sun god because they are making me smile. Current Nightmare Luffy equals Ragnar tier. Wait, you got Ragnar that low? Isn't the Nightmare Nika like mid as hell? It's just a freaking wannabe Nika.
Yeah, the
MMA
time we saw it, besides its entrance, it was getting one-shotted by Summers, its own teammate.
Hey, Vincent and Smokey, how high do you guys power scale the MMAs? Aren't they just kind of mid?
Creatures?
Yeah.
I'd say
the easiest way I could scale it would be to use the world government. So I would say you're talking about all of them cumulatively together.
Nah, like
Not
1v1,
an
like
individual.
if you grab one.
Okay.
Minus the rain
Because I was
god. I
gonna
guess
say-
the rain god might be an exception.
I was gonna say the rain.
Yeah, I
god
was gonna say that's a different level.
I would say most of the nightmare creatures are probably like mid to low Vice Admiral.
Mid to low Vice. But even Vice Admiral's a little ambiguous, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I was gonna
obviously, I was about to say leave out Garth. Garth ain't losing to none of these nightmare creatures, bro. He's low death to them.
Garp's losing the emu, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
For me, I would kind of scale the MMAs to like the giant captains that we saw at Marineford that were standing up the little oars. I scale them to that, and I scale Zaza to like little oars level.
They're basically like fodder machines.
To be honest, because Zaza's a god, I'm gonna give her the god tax. I think she's on par at least with whoever's right under the admiral. It's like the next guy that's right under the admiral. That guy.
Since this
Maybe I don't know.
This is a nightmare. Do you think this is more? Do you think this is as since it's a nightmare? Do you think it's as strong, or do you think it's nerfed?
Well, I think
Essentially.
with Killingham though, like
Oh,
this is a deep-rooted personal fear for him. So this might be a special category of a nightmare monster, you know, besides being a god. Remember how Celestial's fear rank? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
King J said, "That's not the nightmare I'm talking about. I meant Luffy after absorbing 100 shadows equals nightmare Luffy." And L with the 31 months. Thank you so much, bro. God bless you.
He means from Thriller Bark.
From Thriller Bark. He says, "Don't forget."
I thought he meant that one too, but then you guys went into so.
He says, "Don't forget, Sanji stocks her up. I'm on you, Elite One." Yo, shout out to L. Thank you so much, bro. 31 months. Is that like 2.5 years? So like that's like 2.5 years, dude. Absolutely insane. Wait, dude, it's really been that long? We made this channel 2.5 years ago? The strength of the nightmares depends on who dreams about them. Shout out to Life Bear. Do you guys agree with that? The dream or the power of the dreams? The strength of
Okay, so
nightmares
that would make sense. These nightmares are based off children's nightmares, so yeah, they would only be as strong as the kids perceive.
I could agree with that, but I also think the deeper rooted the fear, the deeper in the target's psyche, the more powerful the dream.
Wait, you said the deeper the psyche, the more powerful the dream?
Like deeper the connection is to you, the stronger you make the nightmare become.
Right. The deeper the fear, the stronger the nightmare.
Oh.
It's like Freddy Krueger laws. The more you believe it, the stronger it becomes. More powerful, more power it has over you.
The Krueger know me.
I mean, Vincent just beautifully explained what I was getting at.
Shimmity
Good job,
shoot.
man.
God bless, bro. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing great, man. How do you power scale fear? You show Smokey a picture of Mihawk.
God damn. All right, bro.
You show. Oh,
You know what?
a picture of
No, you show Eddie the dark apology form that he said he would not. Still hasn't done it.
Oh wait, I did do it.
No,
did I not?
show-
Bro, I have it
You
somewhere
show-
in this drawer. I did the
You
GARP
actually show a
apology
picture
form.
of, yeah, you did, but I don't think he believed you.
Dude, I filled out that stupid form. Screw GARP.
I bet you threw it right in the trash the second the stream was over.
Yeah, I did. Actually, let me show you
So you
something.
gotta make a new one.
Bro, what happened to the Doflamingo glass, dude?
I don't know,
You
man.
found them, I bet.
I don't know what happened to them, man. I really want to find them.
You left them in Florida, probably.
There's no way. I don't know what happened to them.
Like when you were moving, were you doing it? I mean, like when you were packing, were you packing slowly, or did you have to pack in a rush?
No, I had time. I don't know what happened to it. I genuinely don't know. Maybe it's somewhere in this house. I don't know, man. But I mean, they were kind of cheap. I might be able to just get them again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like $20 or something like that.
You would have had a golden opportunity on the Japan trip you took.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
The
I thought they
amount,
got them in stores every 10 feet.
yeah, the amount of One Piece stores in Japan is insane. We must have stopped at like 6 of them. And I think
You should
did they have
seen the
One Piece merch at
baseball
USS
stadium with all the One Piece t-shirt they had in like Los Angeles
or
something.
USJ? They had One Piece merch in Universal Studios Japan. They had it in some kind of like train station. Remember that? The train station? They had one downstairs of some random mall. They have a lot.
Yo, so I heard something about Japan. I heard that like when you're on the public transportation, like the buses or the trains or whatever, people will have their phone out like looking at it, but they won't be on the phone.
Yeah.
And they're not really loud. I heard Japan's pretty polite when it comes to public transportation. People are quiet, they keep to themselves, and they don't talk loudly on the phone.
Yeah, I think that's true. From my experience, that's true. And I kind of prefer that.
Oh no, I think that's great. The reason why I asked is because I know you've been there. So I was just trying to see.
Them Dofi glasses would talk to evil like the Green Goblin mask. Bro, what transform? The Green Goblin mask. That's
Evil
funny
has
as
now-
hell.
Eddie has now become Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin.
It's
No,
your
it-
choice, hero.
No, it would talk to me like The Mask, like Jim Carrey.
Another great film.
Okay.
No, that was Vincent. That's before their time. They don't know what I'm talking about.
I remember that.
Smokey, remember? Well, of course you, Smokey. You're the big dog here. He's an old dog.
Technically, that got a fight. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say some dumb stuff. You go ahead.
Who's about to say a whole bunch of?
No, I'm gonna say the same. I'm going to say the same dumb shit, but I was just going to talk about like this. I had to find it again, but there's like this little video on YouTube where we have Luffy wearing the mask from Jim Carrey at Gear 5, and it's just like a full-on retard with that.
I want to see that video.
Yo, now that I think about it, the mask powers is a lot like Gear 5.
Yeah, it is.
And think about it, it was created by Loki, the moon god, and it only works at night, which is where Luffy debuted Gear 5.
Aha.
The moon god? You mean the god of mischief? Loki has always been the god of mischief, bro.
Yeah, but in the Jim Carrey movie, they said that
Was he
the mask.
Okay.
They said Loki. What they said Loki was like the god of the moon or the night.
Okay. I didn't remember that. I did not remember that.
Dude,
okay, Vincent. No,
I'm not gonna lie.
You're right.
Some of I think some of my favorite films are like the Jim Carrey films. I think those are like some of the best movies,
for me.
dude.
Some of my
I can't
favorite
get enough
movies
of
from
Jim
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Hey, one
Dude,
of my
that guy has a
favorite
lot
Jim
of
Carrey
movies.
One of my favorite Jim Carrey movies that's one of the most underrated, but it's still really popular, is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh yeah.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. What the hell is this? I've never seen this
It was
before.
when Jim Carrey was kind of in his indie film shit.
Jim Carrey was in Truman Show, right?
Yep.
That's one of my most favorite films. Yeah. I think that's an awesome film.
I mean, if we're talking about most favorite film, though, we're talking about Jim Carrey. You know, it's got to be Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty.
Or it's got to Bruce Almighty. Or it's got to be Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura. Bruce Almighty.
Cable Guy.
The Mask.
Liar, liar.
Jim Carrey did amazing
Cable
as
Guy,
Eggman.
Liar, liar.
Wait, are you talking about freaking Sonic?
Yeah, he's pretty good in Sonic also.
Wait, he's in Sonic? I didn't watch Sonic, dude.
Dr. Eggman.
Oh, that looks ridiculous. What the hell?
It's actually a very good movie. They did a good job.
Maybe I have to consider it. Lifebearer said, at Jordan at Evil, the less you understand something, the more you fear it. Fear is the opposite of knowledge, not courage. I mean, I don't know about fear being the opposite of knowledge. I mean, I can't really fear something I don't know, right?
I mean, but you got to think about it. Evolutionary wise, like fear is what keeps you alive. Right? Yeah, some fear is good. You know, if I see one of these alligators down the street and I had no fear and I go put my hand in his mouth, what's gonna happen?
He gonna bite you.
And then he's going to drag me into this little pool, and that'll be the last you hear of VP.
But you know, from like an epistemic point, or from an epistemic view, like if I don't know something exists, I can't even fear it in the first place. I have to know something it exists. Like maybe there's something out there that I have no concept of. Well, I can't fear it. Well, if we attach a name to it, Billy Bob. Well, I have no reason to fear Billy Bob. I don't know anything about Billy Bob. But if Billy Bob will stab people, well, now I know there's something out there called Billy Bob that stabs people. Now there's like a reason for me to be afraid. But if I didn't know there was a Billy Bob that's going to stab people, I don't see what I'm afraid of.
Move aside,
I mean, if I'm fearing-
Billy Bob is here. The new fear for all the children.
If I'm fearing a guy named Billy Bob, he better look like one of the motherfuckers from The Hills Have Eyes.
Well,
That
I mean, what
old
do you?
movie.
I mean, if he's called Billy Bob, where do you think he's gonna come from, brother?
Billy Bob.
Hills Have Eyes.
Billy Bob. But usually, like for me at least, like I might fear things that I understand. Like I would fear like maybe I fear a loved one passing away because I know that would hurt me tremendously emotionally. I'd be very lost. I'd be very confused. So maybe I might be a misunderstanding Life Bear. I'm not trying to debate or anything. I'm just kind of giving my my thoughts. That's too logical for the masses. The most fear humanity. Fear of humanity is the unknown. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, like people fear, like a woman might fear grape. Women know what grape is. We fear nuclear war. We know what nuclear war is. Like we could imagine what that would look like. I mean, maybe there are some fears that are more of the unknown, but I'd be curious as to like an example of that because it seems to me that you have to know something in order to be afraid. You fear losing a loved one because you don't know what happens to them after death, or you will, if you will ever see them again. Okay, that makes more sense. Like uncertainty.
I mean, he's already. I mean, Luffy's already experienced that fear with Ace, so it kind of throws that out of the equation.
Bro, Ace. I don't know. Is it a hot take to say Ace deserved it? No, I'm just. I don't mean deserve.
Brad died to a dad. Come on.
He died to a yo mama joke.
I love Ace, but damn, bro, that was so dumb. Why did you turn around? Especially, you know what's crazy about that? Especially because Oda had already started to begin talking in his SBS, like, hey guys, when it comes to devil fruits, there are levels. Think of Monet, then think about Kiji.
Monet.
Think of Ace and then Akainu. There are higher levels to this shit.
King J says,
could transition here with Luffy.
Mr. King J says that outside Emu and the Gorsei are Zunisha, Emith, Smokey, and Ragnar are the only confirmed individuals alive now to have been born before the Void Century.
Wait, did he say I was born before the Void Century?
He said you were born. You're one of the only confirmed people to be born before the Void Century.
By the way, a point of order. By the way, you missed your 3-view. You can't be calling me a call center guy. That's King J.
That is King J, bro. That's why he won't join the open mic, dude. If I'm gonna get roasted all the time, I'm throwing King J under the bus. He's getting roasted too. King J, let me hear that voice, dude.
By the way, Mets is here.
Hold on. Before we get to Mets, Sigma. Yo, Sigma. Luffy is cooked. I want you to understand that. You're a protagonist. He's fried right now.
So here's what I agree with. I agree with the fact that Luffy's fried, but I don't know if I can agree with somebody saying like unequivocally he's done for the art. I don't know if he's done.
Dude, Luffy might be out for the count.
fried.
Well, he's gonna get another what's gonna happen? He's gonna bounce back, nothing ever happened, or is there gonna be another eating session? Like, come on, that's if I was gonna say fluky. If Luffy if Luffy has to go, if Luffy has to go and eat another freaking pound of food, 10 pounds of food, dude, that's another 20 chapters. That's Oda's problem.
No,
Every time Luffy has to go eat food and recover, it's like freaking 20, 30 chapters right there.
Maybe this is just Oda's way of wrapping up the chapters early, because like we said, we got like if whoever said it ends in 12 chapters was right, then we gotta wrap it up quick. So he's just like, I'm done with the MC right now, focusing on
wrapping up the arc or the story.
Oda needs to wrap up this story, bro. Freaking long as hell.
I ain't trying to be 40. Worried
As far
about
as
one
no,
piece. Yo,
based on where
I ain't trying to be fit.
dead based on where he got stabbed. No.
I ain't trying to be fit. Hey, listen to me.
I don't want to know who Worst Gen is.
I
I want
ain't,
to know who Redon is when I'm 40.
I ain't trying to be 50 years old where I'm about where the damn Raw's at.
Did they post them damn Raws online?
Yes.
Did they post them Raws onto that what's it called again? Twitter?
Basically, Luffy's still not the level where he can take Emu. It's gonna need a gear 6 where he fully awakens his devil.
We're not getting.
No,
We're not getting.
Had like a
no.
whole hour session talking about.
Bro, it's his peak.
We're not getting a Gear 6, bro.
And I like how we've just gone from
Black
Luffy's
Luffy.
week, Luffy's week again.
What's up, Nomad? Listen, let me explain it to you, buddy. Pal. Gear 5 is his peak. You got that, bud? No, but all jokes aside, I'm just messing with you, bro. I think Gear 5 is about manipulating his body in every way imaginable. So I don't even think there's a necessity for Gear 6. I think right now the landscape is how can Luffy manipulate his body to the best capability in each individual fight? How can he master Gear 5? I think like that's kind of the thing.
How do you kick it up from Tomb Force? Like Tomb Force is one of the most broken things ever.
I want to see Luffy break the fourth wall. Like I want to see Luffy punch Emu, where you're reading the manga. I don't know how they would do this in the anime, but Luffy's punching Emu and his punch goes outside of the panel all the way to another panel and hits Emu. Like that kind of stuff. First of all, that's so goofy that feels like One Piece, because One Piece is like so unserious. But then at the same time, like that's Luffy defeating limits. That's imagination. That's creativity. That is limitless freedom. Imagine Luffy punching Emu through another panel. Like Luffy throwing a panel at Emu.
Do you remember Captain Underpants?
Yes, of course. I grew up on that.
What? Yeah. The Flipper-Ramas? Oda makes it like a Flipper-Rama.
Flipper-Rama.
By the way, who's to say at this current pace, by the time we get to the anime fight, that 40 isn't created? We got 40.
I'm just asking. Based on how the chapter ends, we know Luffy's not dead, right?
No, I don't think the story's over, but he's definitely in critical danger zone.
He's definitely hurt.
I mean,
at the seams.
Not to mention Luffy's weakness to stabbing.
Luffy can't take them stab wounds. See, that's why I want to see my boy Mihawk fight Luffy.
But how can he defeat Emu is the question.
I think it's
hope and prayer.
I think it's going to take the One Piece. I think it's going to take the One Piece. I've been saying it for weeks and weeks.
I've been saying it too. The other half of the Conqueror's hockey needs to take Emu down is the One Piece.
I know, because I wouldn't like that, because that would be like a Joy Boy hockey. My thing is, I think the One Piece is a weapon in which Luffy can use to control the sea. And I think Luffy's going to get the One Piece. For you Blackbeard fans, for the final villain, Luffy will get the One Piece, be Blackbeard, and earn the right to challenge Emu for the world.
King J said, Eddie, we 90
happened before the One Piece. Like,
I agree with that, actually.
Luffy's going to have it before the One Piece.
I agree with that.
Or finally have a mid-air ocean battle.
King J said, Eddie, we 96 boys are 30 this year. When One Piece ends, we'll be in our 40s, and Smokey will be 70.
I'll be in my 50s by the time the One Piece ends.
You'll be in your 50s, dude. You're like 19. You're like 20.
I'm 38, believe it or not.
Yeah, all right, dude. You look young.
Bro, you're only 3 years older than me.
He's
Hey, you're
far
gonna be
older than me.
we're all gonna be old. You, me, and Vince.
I'm just gonna be like Nixon in Futurama. I just have my head in a pickle jar.
Chat.
I understand this.
Hey, Vince, you figured that out. I'm appointed. Every generation needs to hear me yap about the Haku Susanoo. And the legend
Still
of
said that the One Piece is another Joy Boy Gordian knot.
Bro, no.
That's what I'm saying. I would not like that.
Dude, that's like such
I
a
do
dumb.
not like that at all.
That's like
That's
entirely
what that, like,
possible, but it's so dumb.
That would make sense, would it not?
No, it wouldn't. It would make.
Oh wait, you believe that? I'm sorry.
There's too many knots as there is.
Nah, bro, that theory is not it.
All right, just
Hey, really quick, guys. We are gonna wrap up in like 15 minutes. Any last comments, questions, theories, concerns? Make it known now. Okay, chat. You got limited time.
And don't forget to make fun of Threevil on. Don't forget to make fun of Threevil because it's English.
Make
Tell
fun
him
of
we
my
gotta send
English.
back.
Send me back to Mexico. Deport me back to Mexico until I can speak English.
Hablo español.
Tell him what he said this stream in Spanish English.
We got to get this boy Rose set up.
Dude, we're gonna be
He's
freaking.
gonna be speaking Mandarin.
We're gonna be reading freaking Luffy fighting Emu and Marijoa in like 30 years from now. Smokey's gonna be like, oh, all roads lead to Obito at the age of like freaking 75.
Nah, I'm gonna say all roads lead to Panda Man.
Panda Man, bro. Maybe Emu's Panda Man. Maybe right now this Emu's form is hybrid, but when he goes into his base, it's just Panda Man.
I mean, Panda Man.
Pandy Man.
We know how much longer Emu has on his limiter.
No clue.
No, we have no clue about that. But I know it's going to come into effect soon.
My hypothesis actually, sorry, Vincent. My hypothesis is that if someone with a covenant dies, Emu it's actually an easier load. There's a load taken off Emu because I really need to go look for the panel because I keep referencing it. There's a heavy inference that when Emu gives out the covenants, this comes at a cost for Emu. This is taxing Emu. So again, if like someone like Summers or Kettingham or I don't know, Shamrock, whoever, if like someone with a covenant were to die, I think Emu would actually be less he would be less hindered. He'd be less nerfed. So if Zoro and Sanji, hypothetically
like
killed,
similar to Voldemort, wouldn't killing those people just kill that fraction of him?
well, we don't know that for sure. I mean, that makes sense. I could see why that could be the case, but I mean, I wouldn't be
It
able
also could be that Emu could reabsorb the power he gave out.
That's giving him more time to spare.
Yeah, exactly.
So my theory right now is I think a good indicator of how the arc is going to go is what Zoro and Sanji do. Because let's think about this now. Like realistically, Luffy's down right now, and I know y'all ain't gonna like this. So is your boy Luffy. He's also down. So who can stall Emu? That is the question. And if nobody can stall him, then it's Zoro and Sanji take out Killingham and Summers. Then what if that is enough to send him back? And I know you just said maybe Emu doesn't get weakened because that's a load off his mind. But what if that is what sends him back?
Well, I got one word for you, Wagner. I think Loki and Ragnar can continue.
You were going to say Waro. Why would you bring up Ragnar?
Because Ragnar and Loki, they're gonna jump straight back into it. They're gonna be like, "Nah, this ain't over, boy."
Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
Why not? What else are they gonna do?
All I'm saying is
Loki's down for the count.
And for Luffy, I agree.
What?
I think there's a possibility for both of them to get back up. but I don't think that's gonna happen.
What are they gonna do? They're just gonna lay there?
You've heard my theories for weeks.
You wanna go?
I think Emu's going back because BB shows up, and he takes BB. That's what I think. Maybe Gonko jumps in and falls in. Her eye powers don't come. And she does the crazy thing that he's afraid of.
Dude, I really don't know how this arc ends, man. I don't know how this arc ends.
What if Gonko? I was thinking about this. What if Gonko just forces everyone back? Like she's got the power of teleportation. What if she just forces everyone back?
Well, this doesn't end in an emu death. I could say that.
That's interesting, Vince.
I'm sorry, this is off topic. Sorry, this is off topic, but Life Bear brought this up. He said, "What happened to Emu's big crown?" I've been thinking about that like the past week or two. I don't know.
Imagine he's got a purse. He's just got like a pocket purse that comes out of his belly, and he put the crown in there or something like that.
This is why. This is part of the reason, only part of the reason, why I think Emu might actually be in hybrid form right now. Maybe his original form has no horns, and then he wears a crown, so that's why when he has the hood on, it doesn't look like the horns are anywhere to be seen, but it's only the crown.
No, or maybe Emu actually doesn't have a physical form of himself. He just takes forms of other species. Like right now, he's in his demonic Lunarian form, and in, let's say, in his silhouette form, he was in his human form.
And then the giant form for the mural might have been his giant form. Well, obviously, it's giant form, but why giant as a race?
Just erase the pentagram.
Like maybe
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like maybe the omen has to do with like the whole silhouette thing. Like we've seen that since throughout the last 5 to 10 chapters, we've seen like Emu have his cape turned into a set of wings and then back into a cape. So I'm thinking like maybe the cape is like liquid omen, and he can use it like a coat to conceal himself. Like others said that he can't be in the sun, which is why it's still freaking cloudy over Elbaf.
You said liquid omen.
Liquid omen.
It's actually really, really creative.
No, I got you, Vincent. I heard what you said. Maybe it's a possibility.
Off topic again, sorry. Life Bear said, "Will Gunko die when she inevitably betrays Emu and he takes away the powers like with Saturn?" Yeah, I actually think this would be a great motivating factor for people like Brooke to want to go take on Emu in the world government, because right now some of the characters within the Straw Hats is just kind of, they would have like this mundane position of like, yeah, I heard the Celestials and world government's evil, maybe we should fight them. There's no deeper reason for that. So if Gunko were to die in the same type of manner or a similar manner to Saturn, again, this could be a motivating factor for at least people like Brooke. You know, Robin, characters like Robin already have a motivating factor, obviously.
I would say Robin, Luffy, Jinbei all have really strong motivations. Luffy's, you could say, you know, he declared war on the world government. He's talked about how he didn't like the way things went down in Goa when he was young. He didn't like stuff he saw. He didn't like it when the Charlos showed up on Sabaody and what he did to Kami. And not only that, he doesn't like them because of what they did to Robin. So I would say Luffy, Robin, and Jinbei have the most motivation right now.
Liquid Omen equals tar, by the way. King J said Emu will be I'm just going to try to rapid fire these questions. You guys can pitch in if you would like, but I'm going to rapid fire the questions. King J said Emu will be teleported back home if we just erase Harold's pentagram. My question is like why wouldn't he just remain there unless he teleports back? Did I overlook something?
I think Emu is just so powerful, he doesn't need to make a pentagram. I think he could just snap his finger and warp back if he wanted. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
the rest of the Holy Knights, if they were surviving, they'd be stranded unless they grabbed onto him. Like, I would think of it like Goku's instant transmission. But maybe not as like world encompassing as Goku's instant transmission.
Yes, tar / pitch like on the teeth of the skulls of Saint Brice. Crew was dummy reversied. Tar / pitch like on the teeth of the skulls. What chapter is that? I know that's like right around Jaya, but I want to go see exactly what tar you're talking about. I don't remember that.
Yeah, speaking of which, I'm surprised we haven't had a Tartar crew yet.
The tar. What's his name? Dude from the freaking Revs. The Birdman. What's his name?
Karasu. He has
Karasu. Yeah, that's quite similar. Maybe not tar exactly, but it's a bit similar, right? His fruit's actually insane, dude. If you think about it,
fruit is actually insane.
yeah, if you think about it, his fruit's broken, dude. Look at how well versatile he is with his fruit, by the way. Like making birds, people flying on birds, drowning people.
Not only that, he can change his arms into the wings so he can attack people from the air and rush in for a quick kick.
He's insane.
Yeah, his fruit is pretty. Anyway, sorry about that. Did y'all get everything I said?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I don't know why I cut out for some reason.
I mean, I was hearing you. I don't know if you naturally
I was hearing
ended.
pretty good.
I just couldn't hear any noise, so I thought it was something on mine. That's why we started.
Nah, I see.
Or more nerfed, Emu might spit out more blood than Sanji in Fishman Island. I think Shuri is going to stall Emu with her awakened eyes and arrows. It's going to be hype. And you're putting in a lot of stock on Shuri by saying that. I feel like Emu could look at someone with a covenant and be like, dude, I could instantly kill you. Like, I could literally just withdraw the covenant and you'll literally die, like shrivel up instantly like Saturn. But maybe, he'll look at Shuri and try to bargain. Like, I can't lose Shuri. She has the eyes. The eyes are very rare. Maybe I can just fight her.
I've been mentioned she got blue hair, and I've been fighting after a certain blue queen for like 350,000 years. So,
Which is why that's the reason he doesn't kill her. He's just like, you look you so important, right? Kill you right now.
Yeah.
He just takes his anger on us.
Yeah, I got a fun question for you guys in the chat. Is Candle alive?
And I think she kind of served her purpose, in my opinion.
I feel you. I just find I would say that. Go ahead, Vince. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that she was dead.
Okay. I also think she's dead, but I also understand the tinfoil theories that she's alive. Because like her death was very suspicious, but on the other hand, it was in a flashback, and Oda's been on his mattress side lately. I mean, he killed Ida, he killed Estrid. He's on a Let's Kill the Mamas. He killed Zebek. He's all about killing parents right now. And Harold.
All right, we're ending within seconds. Any last things you guys want to share? Say it ASAP.
Ragnar supremacy should never be mentioned.
Oh, you had me in the first half. What do you mean it should? Why are you such a hater of Ragnar, man? This dude's a
Because
go.
I think he's stupid.
What?
It's dumb that he wrote power scaling the way he did.
You're just mad a certain someone has done 30 chapters on nothing.
Me? Who are you talking about? I'm talking about the legends.
What are you, an owl?
About Shakes. because Ragnar doesn't even compare to Shanks. So who are you talking about?
You're right. He doesn't compete
He's talking-
with Shanks. Shanks is very down below.
He's talking about your. But he's like a recent loyalty to Usopp.
Hell no. He's mixing me up with
Where's
Mo.
my Babushka brother? Where's my Babushka brother?
Habibi, this is not Usopp's arc.
I need you.
Usopp,
It
your
never
storyline's
was.
over, dude.
Just jump in front of Emu's spear and kill yourself.
I heard you talking about 30 chapters to do with nothing. Who are you talking about?
Nah, we're gonna wrap this up here.
You petty.
Chat, take care, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out. It's always a lot of fun. The chapter should be out very soon because I think the Raws dropped like way earlier today. So it's been plenty of time since the Raws. And that means the chapter should be out soon.
I've seen some of the Raws, but I haven't seen the link for the Raw out like usual. But it might be out by now.
I just saw the genie.
At this rate, just don't even look at the full Raws then. Just wait it out because we're going to be reacting to the chapter, guys, probably in 24 hours. I assume the chapter will be out within the next 24 hours. So thank you guys, chat.
I would assume that as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, chat. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Smokey, with the great support. I always appreciate it. Guys, have a beautiful Thursday or Friday. Have a wonderful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are, chat. Take care. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. Strive to grow and succeed. I wish the best for you guys. Shouts out to Mo. Shout out to Majestic for sticking through the Usopp agenda. L to all Blackbeard stands. It is Emu season, baby. Shout out to Ragnar and Jinbei. We are in for a phenomenal chapter, guys.
Shout out to L for making it to 31 months.
Shout out to L, 31 months. That's 2.5 years.
Oh boy, Nacho.
Nacho Libre, thank you. We're wrapping it up here, chat. Have a great morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are, chat. Peace. God bless you all.